Management.com. Clutch Sports founder and CEO Rich Paul is a sports super agent, and now through Masterclass, he wants to share the keys to his success. Masterclass is a subscription-based online learning series featuring world-renowned experts, celebrities, and industry leaders. For Rich Paul, he wants to make sure his Masterclass isn't focused too narrowly on just sports.
I wanted to make sure that I found a balance and not just talking about what happens in the business of sports, because everyone isn't in that business, but giving people what I would say would be a very relatable and understandable perspective on how to evolve.
Paul learned how to negotiate watching his father. In his masterclass, he hopes to pass along some of the same skills that turned him into one of the most successful and well-known agents. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Steps to the mic with a boom, ping, ping. Wisdom sharper than a beast's fierce sting. Words like fireflies that light the night. He turns the dark into blazing bright. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, oh, the airwaves king. Shake the ground, unveils the truth where lies abound. Politics, justice, social streams. He molds the chaos into dreams. No silence here, just the sound of change. Boom, ping, ping, rearrange. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, or the airwaves king. Through the static, through the noise, he amplifies the people's voice. Boom, ping, ping, like a heartbeat's call. He's got the wisdom to break down walls. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Morning. Welcome to the program. Today is Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Today marks 1 year since the inauguration of Donald Trump, and I'm going to go through some details of his presidency and essentially reflect back on the year. But more importantly, we're going to talk about some very disturbing and recent developments in the execution of immigration. And I want to give a perspective on it, in that I want us to expect the way immigration raids are taking place to happen in more cities, especially as we move into the warm weather months, whenever they decide to get here, because they already can use what was stated last summer about sending the National Guard into cities because of the crime. And because Americans, I think, just got used to it. There was some pushback, but after a while, with Guard troops being in a number of American cities, there were some protests. But for the most part, people just accepted it. I think that there will be more of that this summer. I also want to know, what are people in Milwaukee going to do if federal agents are doing a couple things? So Steve Miller, who is the deputy chief of staff for Donald Trump, is telling local law enforcement to stand down and essentially surrender to federal agents. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the 10th Amendment of the Constitution does give a particular type of power to local law enforcement that they never, under any circumstance, have to surrender to federal law enforcement, because federal law enforcement does not do the same thing and they do not execute the same duties as local law enforcement. But this current presidency is off the rails in a way that is almost unbelievable. Most days I read headlines and I can't believe it because no one is stopping him. Europe is sending troops to Greenland. The president is now putting additional economic sanctions and tariffs on nations that disagree with us, using our military to take over an island that is already one of our allies. That's the part that makes no sense. Greenland and Denmark have already said, hey, if you need to use our land, if you need to use this island for any military exercises, or if you want to build or expand your military bases and capabilities on Greenland, you can totally do that because we are friends, we are allies. Trump doesn't want that. He wants to take the entire island. Like, I literally cannot believe this. All of these things are impeachable, and the weakest people I've ever seen in my entire life are the men in the Republican Party. They're afraid of him. I've never seen anything like this. Now, they were bold when it came to Barack Obama, who wanted to, provide low-cost health insurance. Oh, they were ready to throw him out of office for that. Donald Trump is over here flirting with World War III. Wait till I get to the story from the Associated Press of an American man who had his door broken down. He's a citizen, okay? Had his door broken down, was taken from his home wearing nothing but sand, in Minnesota now, below zero. It's as cold there as it is here. Was taken out of his home wearing sandals and underwear. Was taken for 2 hours to where he had to prove he was a citizen. But here's the thing. He wanted to prove and show his identification while they were in his home, and they wouldn't let him. So they literally physically removed him from his home, drove him to some undisclosed location. And the guy says, I thought they were going to beat me to death. And eventually, they took him back home. I have so many questions. What would we do if that happened here? And I think I know the answer. We wouldn't do anything. I'm coming to understand that all the things that America said it was, all the safeguards and all the protections that we have, including the Constitution, mean nothing. All the history that we were taught means nothing. One man can come in and destroy it all, and no one is stopping him. And I fear for these things if they happen in Milwaukee like we see in Minneapolis, because we're not as equipped. We may think we are. I think Milwaukee folks, when we look in the mirror, we see a lion and a lioness when we look in the mirror. No, we're just little lion cubs, I think. The city of Minneapolis, because of how they ushered in protesting after the murder of George Floyd, became the leader of reforming police departments, investing differently in communities and mental health. They also ushered in a different kind of very active and in some cases violent form of protest that Milwaukee is not equipped for. Our most significant protest that we have had in this city is because something is going on somewhere else, or it's been a while since we had a major one because the police killed a black man. Like, we have never had anything as major or as significant as the protest efforts that we have seen in Minneapolis going back 5 years ago. So what they are doing right now, the people of Minneapolis have a level of experience that I don't think the Milwaukee folks have, because we here are too bogged down in just our day-to-day lives. I remember making a comment. I think I made it. People keep telling me that I made this comment. It was 5 years ago. I know a particular person keeps reminding me of this comment, and they almost use it to threaten me. So when that police station was burned down in Minneapolis as a response to the people in that city not liking how the police were executing an arrest, because George Floyd was just supposed to be arrested and booked and fingerprinted on passing a counterfeit bill. And my biggest issue with that, and I am making some comparisons because the protesting that we are seeing in Minneapolis right now is very similar to, now obviously the methodology is different and the reasons are different, but similar to what we saw 5 years ago, and Donald Trump was president both times, right? But the whole point should have been, oh, this guy is passing a counterfeit $20 bill, he should be arrested and booked, and then he'll have a court date. There was never any intention to arrest and to book George Floyd. The intention was to murder him right there on the street because Derek Chauvin had his knee on his neck until he was dead, you see. And so people got very angry about that. And so I have a very particular view of public property. It belongs to the people. If your tax dollars funds something, it's yours. And so there was a police station, the district which Derek Chauvin, I believe, worked out of. The people got real mad one night, and they burned the police station down. It was their police station to burn down. Now, here's what we found out some years later. So all of us were a bit premature in our discussion of burning down that police station. It was burned down by an agitator that wanted to, pun intended, further enrage and inflame the protest rage that was going on in Minnesota. Like, somebody was booked and convicted on arson for burning down that police station. But what I said that brought the ire to someone here at this radio station is like, oh, Sherwin, how could you say that you supported them burning down the police station? Because it was their police station to burn down. The hypocrisy that I'm seeing is insane. Rhea, I sent you a picture. We're not ready to put it up yet. Did you get the picture I sent you to your email?
I got it.
Okay. There's a guy named Gregory Bovino. Maybe you don't know him. If you don't, you'll probably know of him soon. He is the leader of ICE operations in Chicago, and a lot of his methodology is being used and implemented in Minneapolis. And there's a photograph of him wearing this long, full-length trench coat with these oversized lapels. And it's a very unusual outfit that this man is wearing. And there's several pictures, and I had to double-check and fact-check to make sure it wasn't artificial intelligence because I could not believe what I was seeing. This is the man who is the head of ICE operations. He's got a very, very high-ranking position in immigrations and customs enforcement. And I noticed this long, full-length trench coat that he's wearing with these huge, oversized lapels. And I'm looking at this picture. I'm like, there's no way that an American law enforcement agent is wearing almost the exact same full-length trench coat as Adolf Hitler. This is not how American law enforcement dresses. Now, keep that thought in mind while you are seeing ICE agents literally go door to door and round people up. And sometimes these are American citizens. And here's the hypocrisy in all of this. Starting in 8th grade, I got so much Holocaust education. I was so upset, enraged, and offended that the Jews suffered at the hands of the Nazis the way that they did. They were rounded up and they were put into ghettos and they were forced onto trains. Some of them were never seen again because they were sent to death camps. 80 years later, we are literally watching American law enforcement round people up and the Jewish community is silent. Now, hold on now. Why did you give me all this Holocaust education? And I'm glad that you did because you told me to never forget. I promise you I won't forget. But it seems like some of them have, and it's so disheartening. That's number one. Number two, this whole Second Amendment thing that we have. It's to make sure that the people have the right to keep and bear arms, and it goes on to give more detail about to stop a tyrannical government. That's a lie, because this is a tyrannical government, and all the Second Amendment has assured is that high school kids and middle school kids can get guns, bring them to school, and blow away their classmates, and so that black people can shoot each other in our neighborhoods and our communities. All of this stuff that we were told about what America is and all the protections that we have and all the safeguards that exist, it's lies. There was a picture that was posted, and this is where I was motivated to do the comparison between Nazi Germany and what is happening in America. It's like, we're the World War II veterans. We're the U.S. veterans that fought back and went to foreign wars to stop fascism. Like, everybody is silent. You know why it is? Everybody's scared. Americans are not that tough. And here's the biggest worry that I have. Other nations are watching how America is responding to this kind of tyranny, and they now are seeing and understanding how weak we are. When it comes to national security, America, I think, is at its weakest point ever. We're losing our allies. Europe is sending troops to Greenland. If we invade Greenland, there's a whole other thing that's going to happen. The U.S. dollar will completely collapse. U.S. currency will be worthless. Treasury bills and government bonds will be worthless if we attack one of our NATO allies, because the dollar will not be respected. And that's the main currency in the world. The dollar will be worthless. And guess what's going to happen to your retirement account? Guess what's going to happen to the U.S. economy? It will be a recession we will never get out of. But here's the issue with that. The people that are very, very wealthy, like Donald Trump has increased his wealth, what they say, 17 or 18 times in this first year of his presidency. They don't care if by invading Greenland, they collapse the American economy for normal and regular people. So we have a lot of things we're going to discuss today. And also, I posted a question in the Hughes Views Facebook group. That's the Facebook group that corresponds to this show. A lot of the discussions that we have here, I may share some of the information and the links and the websites in that group so you guys can read them and share them in your own right. But I don't want us, those of us that broadcast here at this very coveted platform of 1017 The Truth, to lose sight of the job that we have to do. Now, it's unfortunate, not necessarily with this program or this platform, but there are some people that believe just because they have a show, just because they have a microphone, that in and of itself is the accomplishment. That is the end, not the means to an end. Oh, they have a radio show, they have a microphone in front of their face, they can say anything, it doesn't matter what they say, it doesn't matter how they use their time because they have a radio show. See, I see it differently. I think this is an opportunity to educate, to engage, and to inform, especially our community, because politically we are more significant than other constituencies. Democrats simply don't win if the African-American community is not engaged. And so the bend of my show is always going to be decidedly political, because I'm coming to understand that too few of our people are undereducated when it comes to civics. So that is my primary focus. But I have a job to do, to move the needle, to provide people with information that they never even knew existed so they can use that to either win an argument or win a debate or win an election on behalf of the interests of our people. And I don't want us here to lose sight of, we have our advertisers and our sponsors. Those are very important people. We also have our other coworkers and our other colleagues here that work at 1017 The Truth and Good Karma Brands. Those are very important people too. But we are losing sight of you all. We don't get to be here if we don't have an audience. And I asked you all in the group, and you guys were very honest and very candid. Some of y'all a little too honest and a little candid. What do you like and dislike about 1017 The Truth? And I come to find out no one has ever asked you all, the people that make this radio station, what it is. No one has ever asked you. And so when I posed the question, boy, oh boy, did we get commentary. Now, I know that people that are listening to this program, some of you will listen to it via a podcast. Some of you will listen to it, or you're listening to it right now, and you did not see the post that I made in the Hughes Views Facebook group. And so I said that I wanted to bring that conversation to the larger broadcast audience, because I want to know what you like and dislike about 1017 The Truth, because we have an obligation now more than ever to inform the people that listen to this program about what is going on in the world, what actions can we take, and how in the hell can we protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. That is what our obligation is. Now, other people may see it differently. I don't. And if there are things that we can do as hosts, as producers, broadcasters, to better inform you, to better engage you, to provide information that is more useful, I want to know that from you, because to me, you all are the most important ingredient. Now, there's other ingredients in the stew now, my coworkers, my colleagues, of course, our advertisers and our sponsors. Those are very important people too. But without you all, there's none of them. So we put up a poll in the YouTube. It's a very simple poll. If you haven't done so already, go to youtube.com or open up your YouTube app from your smartphone or other mobile device. Search 1017 The Truth and hit subscribe. And I'm curious as to what the opinions are going to be. So via our YouTube, 1017 The Truth as a station is how the poll begins. And you got 3 answers: good, average, or poor. How are we doing? I want to know from you our very most important ingredient in broadcasting, because if we are not serving you, if I'm not, if Tori isn't, if Dr. Ken isn't, if Kyle isn't, if Homer and Bailey and Dame aren't, then tell us what we can do better, because the point is to be the best we can, not just for ourselves, but for you, our very lovely and coveted listening audience. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised, and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Day 1, diagnosis day, the hardest day, the day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So we have multiple things going on at the moment. I'm going to delve into how are we doing as a nation on the 1-year anniversary of the inauguration of Donald Trump. So that's going to be the ongoing discussion today, and certainly chime in with your thoughts and your feelings at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. But then also we have a poll for our YouTube viewers. I want to know, what kind of a job are we doing here? Because I don't want anyone to take this platform for granted. Now, we are, I guess, an African-American radio show. We have all black hosts and mostly all black producers, because it is necessary for our community to get information that is specifically aimed at us. Now, you can give general, regular headlines, and there's plenty of media for that, but there are things that are specific and unique to the black community that we need to know, and more importantly, those folks who may not have interactions with the African-American community have a bunch of stereotypes and generalizations and assumptions about us, and having this very public platform allows those people that think they know us to hear our discussions. And I'm really talking about policymakers, because you have people that are in the state legislature. You might even have people that are on the county board. You might even have people that are serving on the Common Council or serving in different city departments that are unfamiliar with the deep details and the history of the African American community. Now, it was a very unique set of unfortunate circumstances that brought 1017 The Truth to fruition. I think that there was a lot of lamenting that was happening, not just here, but around the world after the murder of George Floyd. So why not provide a platform specifically for the African-American community? Because it can be useful. There's a lot of utility in this because this is where we all can argue and discuss and debate and come up with solutions. That, I think, well, to me, that's what the point was. I think if you ask other people, because sometimes the liberals have like this sympathy for black people, like we're just dumb and we're stupid and we can't take care of ourselves. And like, oh my God, the poor black people, let's give them a place where they can talk and just discuss how sad it is to be black. And I think that there are some white folks that have a fetish on listening to black folks be sad and wallow in misery. I am not one of those black folks because I know this much. If you give us information and opportunity and hope, we will beat back white supremacy because it itself is based on ignorance. So I use my time to inform and to educate because that is what we are lacking the most, but those are our strongest tools to bring hope and opportunity, you see. But I don't know if that was in the original calculus in starting this or any other black radio station. And so I take my time here very, very seriously. Now, come on, now, we joke around a little bit now. We play around. But you know one of the things that I heard when you all were giving your thoughts and feelings on what you like and what you dislike about 1017 The Truth, a bunch of y'all, I was shocked by this. Now, I'm not hurt because I'm a big boy and I'm tough. And I assure you, in the years I've been doing this, I've heard every criticism you can think of and some criticisms you cannot think of. I've heard them all. People don't like my relationship conversations, Rhea. I was blown away. Several people said, when Sherwin starts talking about relationships, I tune out. How dare you? Fine. If you don't want expert advice, then I won't offer it anymore because I take your commentary, your opinions on my show very seriously. And I made mention of this in the Facebook group. The best way I have been able to improve as a broadcaster is by listening to the commentary, thoughts, feelings. Long way to go. Let's talk to someone who's going to have something to say not at all related to what I'm talking about. Alan, you're on 1017 The Truth.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good. How about you? I'm doing all right, trying to stay warm. Hey, I was calling to tell you on your poll. I didn't do it, but I'm going to tell you what. I think you guys do a fantastic job. And all kidding aside, you're really the best. You're the best station on the radio that I think. I listen to a lot of talk radio. I used to, but I'm tired of a lot of it. But there you go. I don't always agree with you, but you always make me think about something. And not only entertaining, but witty. Very, very erudite. Erudite? That's a good word early in the morning. And there you go. So I stuck on point, didn't I?
I think the word you're looking for is erudite, but close enough.
Yeah, erudite. There you go. You know, there's nothing like a grammar Nazi. But, you know what I meant. And I don't mind being corrected because I want them to speak again. So there you go. I just wanted to say you're always on but you're the best on that station by far.
Hold on, Alan.
Really
I would rather you tell me things that you don't like, where I mess up, where I'm inconsistent. And thank you for the compliment. That's nice.
But you're never inconsistent. I've never really caught you being inconsistent. I've heard you say things that are ironic, that I don't quite understand. But then again, I don't listen to you because I understand it. I know all about conservatism, right? I know all about, talk radio like Jay Weber and that nonsense. And to me, they're boring because who wants to hear somebody regurgitate what I already know? And just like with the Trump stuff, I don't hear that. And maybe some of that makes me think that I want to maybe we are wrong. But then
you are wrong, Alan.
No, I'm not going to say that yet.
Alan, listen, we can have our political.
They're never going to come. I'm not worried about that stuff, man. Not, knowing it would have happened.
Then leave it up to me to worry. Y'all don't need to worry. I'm watching it happen. And I'm watching Americans do nothing. I'm watching the U.S. federal government break down the doors of American citizens and round them up. Something very similar happened 80 years ago, and we went to war with that country that did that, and it's happening right here, and no one is doing anything. And here's the thing, and I don't blame you, Alan, because here's the one thing that I hear. People say, oh, that's never going to happen. That's not going to happen here.
I'm doing all right. Long time no see.
Alan, I got to go because you're over here talking to other people, and I got to take a commercial break. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
The MPS City Conference basketball season is starting to heat up, and we are bringing you all the live hoops action right here on 101.7 The Truth. Tonight, we have Ladies' Night as the Milwaukee School of Languages Hawks welcome in the Rufus King Lady Generals. Tip-off is set for 5:30 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. City Conference basketball is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS Proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
If you go to our YouTube, I want you to look at the picture. On the left is a picture of Adolf Hitler flanked by his SS Gestapo. In the middle, you have a picture of Gregory Bovino, who is a top official with immigration and customs enforcement. In fact, he was a chief with Border Patrol since 2019. And then on the right, in this picture that we have on YouTube, is another picture of Adolf Hitler. The jacket that Gregory Bovino is wearing is not akin to an American law enforcement agent. In fact, and even his pose, and there's a bunch of pictures of him wearing this large lapelled trench coat because I think that he is trying to send a subconscious, maybe covert, to me it's an overt message about what is happening in this country. And I don't even know what the word is anymore. Most of it is disbelief. I think most Americans are just so incredibly shocked. We're frozen. Because here's the thing. There's nothing that we can do. Now, y'all going to talk a bunch of big game. Well, if those agents come and break down my door, what are you going to do? They will blow your brains out. This administration has given them complete and total immunity. And I don't know if folks are fully aware of what that means. When we were talking about police accountability some years ago, which that conversation is done, we wanted police officers to have less or no or reduced qualified immunity, where you could not hold police officers criminally or financially liable for actions that they took while they were officially on duty. So forget that conversation. Qualified immunity is still going to exist, and now Donald Trump has given essentially blanket immunity to these federal agents. You guys know about Nicole Good. She got shot a bunch of times because, well, it depends on the camera angle and depends on your political affiliation. You think that she either was trying to flee from ICE agents or she was trying to run one over. All I know is that she was shot 3 times and it was fatal, and the federal government is not even allowing the Minnesota Department of Investigations to look into that case. Not only that, whenever there is a case of someone being shot and killed by a federal agent, the United States Department of Justice always opens up a civil rights investigation. That doesn't mean that there's any wrongdoing, but it's just what the policy is. Whenever a federal agent kills somebody, they open up a civil rights investigation just to make sure that no one's civil rights were violated. You guys can remember a fellow named Rodney King, where those officers who were involved in his beating were acquitted in the state of California, but they were convicted on civil rights violations because that is what the U.S. Department of Justice does. But I'm not sure if you know this either. The Trump administration has essentially gutted the civil rights division of the U.S. Department of Justice and put more of those people in immigration and customs enforcement roles. So even the primary agency that we as black people use so we can make sure and maintain our civil rights that, we fought real hard for, that department has been gutted. And so has DEI and affirmative action, et cetera. And we're just sitting here and we are watching it happen. My concern is that what are they going to do with black people? Yesterday was Dr. King's holiday, birthday celebration, whatever. I don't participate in it anymore. And those of you that have listened to me for a long time, I used to take the King holiday very seriously. I put together these elaborate 3-hour programs where I would play, excerpts of Dr. King's speeches for many, many hours, and we would discuss and we would analyze and we would compare where Dr. King was and the progress that we have made. I don't do that anymore because none of us are living Dr. King's dream. We lose sight of him. I think we sanitize him. We deodorize him. We don't ever discuss how complicated of a man he was. And if we're not going to do all that, then I am not going to cosplay on his damn birthday. And if anything, Dr. King's legacy was so complicated, most Americans who don't know how to critical think don't even know how to interpret Dr. King. They always have the nonviolent part as a way to tell black people to be passive. Like, don't fight back. There was a reason why he used that nonviolent strategy, because if we in fact did fight back when we were marching for freedom and marching for the right to vote and being able to register to vote, it would look like a race war. And the bigots and the racists would have all of the camera footage they would need to have an even heavier hand on black people. But if we showed the violence that it was one way, if black people were just walking and marching and holding hands and singing, and then the cops would come and the police dogs would come and the fire hoses would come, the visual images of that broadcast to middle America on the nightly news was what the movement needed to get more support from Midwest white people. They needed to see the violence of white supremacy so that they, the white folks in Wisconsin and Illinois and Michigan and Minnesota, could tell their members of Congress to vote for and to pass these civil rights bills. So it was a strategy. But most people don't know that. They just think, well, Dr. King doesn't want you black people to do anything when you get punched in the face. So no, I don't celebrate his legacy like that because too few people delve into what he actually was trying to do. The other thing is, from start to finish, Dr. King's participation in American civil rights was only like 12 years. Ain't that wild? 12 years. That's it. I got a story here, and I'm lamenting whether I want to get to it or not. I got so much stuff to talk about. It feels like I've been off for a long time. I just wasn't here yesterday. Well, no, I wasn't here Friday either. I was resting the vocals. The vocals are better.
You sound good.
Thank you, Rhea, because I didn't sound so good on the Friday or the Thursday. Vocals were a little bit better. So I got so many things here. This one is disturbing. I mean, a lot of stuff is disturbing. I'm going to try and objectively navigate through it just because I want us to be prepared for what may happen this summer. And also, Trump is never kidding about anything he says. We sometimes dismiss him, and there's a bunch of like memes and laughing. Haha, Trump is stupid. Let's not laugh at him anymore. This dude literally said he's doing such a good job. Maybe we shouldn't have an election. He means it. And if federal troops get sent to whatever blue cities, and it could be for immigration and customs enforcement, which is also targeting American citizens and dissenters of the administration. So it's not just the illegals. You know what else? They're lying about the numbers. The Department of Homeland Security says 70% of the people that they are rounding up have criminal convictions. And sometimes those criminal convictions are just the misdemeanor of overstaying their visa or being in the country without proper authorization or whatever. What the Trump administration did is there were people that were in this country legally and lawfully, but they took away their legal protections to immediately make them illegal and subject to deportation, which is screwed up. So somebody is here legally, boom, you can make them illegal with the stroke of an executive order pen. So they made more people illegal just with the whims and the wishes of Donald Trump, the Heritage Foundation, and Project 2025. But Christine Ohm said on a Sunday morning talk show, 70% of the people that we are rounding up have criminal records or criminal convictions. And so this includes the people that are in the country who have lost their legal status, right? You know what the actual number is? 47%. 53% of the people that they are rounding up have no criminal conviction or no criminal record whatsoever, meaning they're not even in the country illegally. But what did they tell you? Oh, we're going to go after the worst people, the murderers and the killer. They're picking up women, dropping off their kids at daycare. And the most astonishing thing about it is most Americans, other than people in Minneapolis, aren't doing anything about it. The pictures that somebody posted in the Hughes Views group, it's a side-by-side picture of Nazi Germany going door-to-door rounding up Jews. Right next to it, ICE agents in Minnesota going door-to-door with battering rams and assault weapons, pulling people out of their homes, and nobody not saying it, nothing. How are you not more upset at this? And you're paying for all of it. Our tax dollars are going and rousing American citizens out of their beds. I'm going to take a break, come back. I'm going to talk about the man who is an American citizen. In fact, he's Hmong American. Don't know if you guys know, but the Hmong were given refugee status and citizenship here in the United States because they were allies with American GIs in the Vietnam War, a war in which we lost. And because the Hmong were so helpful to American GIs fighting that war against communism in Southeast Asia, we allowed all of them to come on over here because had they stayed, they'd have been murdered by the Viet Cong. Very similar to some of the translators that helped American troops in the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. We gave them citizenship status because if you were allied with the American troops, if you're from Afghanistan and the Taliban found out that you were working with and translating on behalf of America. And if you stayed in Afghanistan, the Taliban would murder you. So we allowed those people to come to this country. Follow me now. Donald Trump has made those people illegal. The people that worked side by side with American troops in our wars in Iraq and Afghanistan are now illegal, even though they were given their status because they laid down their lives right next to American troops. And guess what? While all of this is happening, nobody is really doing or saying anything. I can't stand to watch the liberals. I watch the liberal news. They're just astonished. I can't believe that Donald Trump is doing this. Oh, my gosh, he can't do it. It's illegal. The court said he can't do that. Screw the courts. Screw them. J.D. Vance said, let them enforce it. They don't even have to follow a court order. And here we are, just sitting here, government totally, completely taken over by a tyrant. The reason why we have a Second Amendment is to stop something like this from happening, and no one is doing anything. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do something because you're outmanned and you're outgunned. But the fact that we are sitting here and letting it happen, and then some people are still saying, like Alan just said, oh, I'm not worried about it happening here. That is exactly what this administration wants. We'll take a break, come back, talk about the American citizen that was taken out of bed in sub-zero temperatures out of his house and detained by ICE and then let go eventually a couple hours later because they found out he was an American citizen. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Never miss a moment of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the new 1017 The Truth.
You know who's responsible for those kids' safety? Everybody at Waterford High School. The police, the law, decency, morality is responsible for those kids' safety. Had the Rufus King High School students been physically attacked, that's not the fault of the coach. That's blaming the victim. Come on, you know better than that. It would be the fault of the attacker.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Federal immigration agents forced open a door and detained a U.S. citizen in his Minnesota home at gunpoint without a warrant, then led him onto the streets in his underwear in sub-freezing conditions, according to his family and videos reviewed by the Associated Press. Chong Lee Thao told the Associated Press that his daughter-in-law woke him up from a nap Sunday afternoon and said the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents were banging at the door of his residence in St. Paul, Minnesota. He told her not to open the door. Masked agents then forced their way in and pointed guns at the family, yelling at them. Thao recalled, quote, "I was shaking," he said. They didn't show up with any warrant. They just broke down the door. Let me just pause right there. This is happening in your country. No warrant. American citizen. Broke the door down. I guess his granddaughter was there. She's 4 years old. She witnessed this whole thing. She's crying. What recourse do you have? What are you going to do? Beat them all up? What are you going to do? Tell them while they have guns pointed at your face and at your family that you have to leave. You don't have a warrant. They don't need a warrant. Now, the best thing that we can do, those of us who are not Mr. Thao, an American citizen, by the way, the best that we can do is hope that it doesn't happen to us. But for me, that ain't good enough. This ain't sitting well with me. Right now, most folks are saying, oh, well, that's his problem. And, well, they did rectify the situation. I want y'all to just put yourself... I think we've lost a lot of empathy in this country because we're so tribal and we're all so different. But when it comes to the authoritarian nature of the execution of laws unconstitutionally, we're all in the same boat because there's nothing that you can do if they come get you. Now, here in Milwaukee, where we are broadcasting from, I know there are people that are listening all over the place, including listening in places where Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Department of Homeland Security is heavy-handed. We here in Milwaukee do not have that issue of people being roused from their homes and being dragged out into the street and taken away in our underwear and in our sandals. I got a listing of states where Donald Trump approval rating is still over 60%. When he leaves office in 2029, which is probably something we should discuss, probably should figure out like what 2028 is going to look like. Well, first, let's get through the November elections of 2026, which I don't really have a lot of faith because I see what they're doing right now with just grabbing, when are they going to start arresting and rounding up just Democrats in general? Just going and arresting and detaining U.S. senators and members of the House of Representatives or Democratic candidates who are running for House seats that their whole campaign platform is Donald Trump needs to be impeached. When are those people going to start disappearing? Because I got a feeling that they will. But this article that I have, and I don't know if I want to get to it because this is going to make me more mad. I don't need to get mad now. I just got my damn voice back. When Trump leaves office on January 20th, 2029, he would have been the most dominant political figure in the 21st century. Donald Trump made his intentions to run in 2014, but then in 2015, he came down that escalator. So in 2029, when he leaves office, he would have been a central or dominant political figure for 15 of the 29 years of the 21st century. And we thought that FDR was a dominant political figure because he served 3 terms. FDR was only in office for 12 years. Donald Trump would have been a dominant political figure, assuming he leaves January 20th, 2029, for even longer than FDR was. And even if we get a Democratic president in 2029, if we inaugurate one, I think this puts way more pressure on the Democrats because as time goes on and Trump gets worse, the pressure on the Democratic nominee to fix everything is going to be insurmountable and impossible for one person to do. So here's the other unfortunate thing. Some of this Trump stuff that's going on right now is going to be permanent because you can't overturn everything. You can't. I can give you the coronavirus pandemic as an example. When we were going through it, what did everybody keep saying? We're going to go back to normal. We can't wait to get back to normal. We're just going to get the shot and stand 6 feet apart because they're going to get back to normal. Going to get back to normal. And they would interview people with their masks on and their glasses fogged up. We just want to get back to normal. It's 2026 and some of my favorite restaurants still ain't open on Tuesday. Businesses have closed, have shuttered. The economy just kind of went in a total different direction. Now it's all AI. Nothing goes back to normal. There is no normal. There's a new normal, and the new normal usually sucks. I remember a couple of different worlds. I remember the world before COVID. I remember the world before Trump. And I also remember the world before September 11th and the proliferation of the consumer internet. Since all of those things happened, there is no return to normal. There's only a new normal, and the new normal sucks. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for hour 2.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you, and then they gonna tell you, come here. Now, you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Dear employer, my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Raskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum, I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data, to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't. It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Welcome to hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. If you go to the YouTube, I don't know what happened. We just got like 400 new YouTube subscribers in the last like 2 or 3 days. Something going on, man. Are we being attacked by Trump trolls? Because it took us. When did we start this damn YouTube channel? What year is this? 26? I think we started it in 23. 23. 22. And it took us 3 years to get to 5,000 subscribers. And then in the last like 2 or 3 days, we got 400 more. I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. Congratulations. Well, somebody must like our radio station, because I did ask you guys in the Hughes Views Facebook group. As you know, that's the Facebook group that corresponds to this show. That's the group where I post articles and links to stories that I discuss so that you guys can continue the discussion. And every now and again, I may go live in the Hughes Views Facebook group just to keep those discussions going, because my show ends doesn't mean that the discussion and the conversation has to stop. And I asked you all a question that I come to find out you had never been asked before. Now, we here at Good Karma Brands and broadcasters in general, we prioritize a couple of things. We prioritize, obviously, what we do, our content that we deliver. We prioritize our coworkers and our colleagues. And, of course, we have to prioritize our advertisers and our sponsors, because that is how we are able to continue to give you the programming that we give you. But we don't ask you all, the listening audience. Without you, there's nothing. Let me just take a moment. We're going to get back to all the Trump stuff, because trust me, ain't none of that going away. But I just want to do a little side note here, and also to encourage people to go to YouTube and vote on our poll. It's a very simple question that I'm asking you, because I just want to ascertain something. Because no one has ever really asked you what kind of a job that we all are doing. Now, you all will give your opinions, and you'll post them on social media. Sometimes you'll post them in the comment section, or you'll text us at 833-212-1017. By the way, keep that number handy, because we're going to give you a chance to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. So make sure you put that phone number in your phone. Don't drunk dial us, though. I mean, unless you're lonely. But no one has ever really asked you all directly, the audience, how we're doing, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of. And we got like 60-some comments, and I learned a lot. Some of y'all don't like my relationship advice. Well, guess what? You ain't got to tell me twice. Now you're not going to get no more relationship advice from me. However, Vanessa says, she says that she likes my relationship advice. So maybe I'll just do my relationship shows and broadcasting and content on my own personal YouTube page, which is Hughes Views 414. Go ahead and add that one too. Rhea, what's your favorite movie?
What's funny? I was just thinking about that yesterday, and I don't know.
What's the movie that you could watch what's a movie you've seen a lot? You could watch it.
White Christmas.
Okay, perfect. And you probably like the movie because of the plot and the storyline, right? And maybe it's nostalgic or something for you. But I'd imagine part of why you like that movie and other movies is because of who's in it, the actors, right?
Mostly the singing and dancing, but I get you.
Okay. You're always difficult to prove points with because you're so complicated. My favorite movie, I got a bunch of them. It's either Goodfellas, because Martin Scorsese is a genius. Martin Scorsese, as a director, is what Einstein was to scientific discovery and relativity. That's my opinion. I think The Goodfellas is a perfect movie. Storylines, the plot, some of it is actually true. It is a dynamic movie about the rise and the fall of certain mafia figures from the 1950s through the 1980s. Just a brilliant story. And the way it's told is just immaculate. I love that movie. I love the storyline and the plot and the cinematography and even the violence, because it fits in very well with the overall depiction of mafia life. But I also love that movie because Ray Liotta is in it. I love that movie because Joe Pesci is acting his little 5'2" ass off. Shout out to Joe Pesci, Short King. I love that movie because Robert De Niro is sent from heaven. My favorite movie, but it's my favorite movie. Yeah, it's the plot and it's the storyline. Don't worry, I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. You're probably wondering where I'm going. Don't worry, just follow along. I love the plot, the storyline, the writing, the directing, the cinematography, but I really love the movie because of the actors that are in it. Let's say there's a theater troupe at North Division High School, and they put on a rendition of what I just told you was my favorite movie, Goodfellas. And let's say they filmed it, and it was playing at a movie theater. And, you know, movie tickets are expensive. Movie tickets probably cost you $20 to go see a movie. And I do still like going to see movies. Yeah, I like watching movies at home, and you can rent movies at home, but it's not the same as the communal theater experience where you are sharing those moments on screen with an audience full of strangers, because immediately those strangers are in this unique moment with you. When I watch a movie at home, I'm still checking my phone. You know what I mean? I'm distracted. It's not the same. So I like going to the theater for the communal experience of being with a bunch of strangers that are all connected via this piece of cinema that we just paid a bunch of money for. So Goodfellas is my favorite movie. But if the theater troupe at North Division redid Goodfellas and it was playing at a Marcus Cinema, I wouldn't go see it. Because I don't know the actors. It's my favorite movie, but I would not see it if I did not know the actors. Radio broadcasting operates almost the same way. It doesn't matter necessarily what the host says. A host can have the best content ever. They can be factual, they can be articulate, they can be critical thinking, they can be witty, and they can be funny, and they can be educational, and blah, 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 blah. But if you don't know who the hell they are, it don't matter what they say. If they're not credible, if you've never heard of them before, you don't know what their perspective is, it almost doesn't matter what the content is. And I sometimes get a little bothered that people that work in this industry and those that claim to have an infinite wisdom about how broadcasting, especially how personality radio works, says, no, it's all about content. No, it ain't. Because if you suck as a human being, it don't matter what your content is. So I just needed to say that as we're having our conversations about what you like and what you don't like about 101.7 The Truth. I personally think, these are Sherwin's opinions now. I used to have a disclaimer that I would play in my previous intro. I'm almost thinking that as we move further into 2026, I may need to go back to the previous show intro because it had a disclaimer in it saying that the views and opinions are mine and not necessarily reflective of anybody else. Not guests, not staff, not management. These are my opinions and my opinions uniquely. It is the credibility of the hosts. If Donald Trump decided he wanted to leave the presidency and become a podcaster or a broadcaster, and let's say he did like a total 180 and he became a Democrat and supported the Democratic Party, and let's say he had great policy ideas as a Democrat. Let's just say he did that. And it was fascinating. It'd be fascinating for us, but holy smokes, we didn't know that Donald Trump had that in him. I would never listen, even though his content would be good, because it's him, because he's the broadcaster and he has no credibility in my eyes. It does not matter what his content is. This endeavor that we engage in is about the credibility and the reputation of our hosts, not just us here at 101.7 The Truth, but writ large. If there's someone that you like and someone that you admire, let me give you another example. I'll use the music industry because this one tends to be a little bit more familiar. Beyonce, arguably the biggest music star on planet Earth. Some may say Taylor Swift. I don't. Some might say other people. I think it is, hands down, period, point blank, Beyonce. Beyonce is such a star. Just her. Just the name. Beyonce, to me, is a bigger name than Madonna. And I'm not even crazy about all of Beyonce's music because I don't have to be. Beyonce, listen to me now. Beyonce can make a bad album. It's still going platinum. She's still going to win a Grammy because she is the star. Like, it doesn't matter what she says. It doesn't matter what she sings. Now, she's going to put together a couple of banger tracks. In fact, Beyonce is such a big star, she can make a country album and people will buy it. Now, she's from Texas, but I'd imagine that's probably her only connection to country music. But do you see where I'm getting at? If Beyonce is the host of her musical productions, she can make a bad album and it will still be leaps and bounds and heads and shoulders above everybody else because she is such a star. The credibility that she has in the world of popular music and popular culture supersedes her music. And then there's other artists, right, who make really good music in whatever genre it may be. It's incredible. It's stellar. The singing and the songwriting, the production, the arrangement. But if you don't know the artist, if the artist is incredible, you may never listen to that song even though it's really, really good. I have an obligation to maintain the endeavor of talk radio because it's interesting because with every other demographic group except for black people, it's fading out. And Alan had mentioned something. I don't know if you guys know Alan, but he's a very unusual fellow. He's been listening to me for over a decade at all of the other radio stations I have broadcasted from. Super conservative. He is pro-Trump. Today he showed some cracks in his loyalty for Donald Trump, but Alan is a real fascinating character. He also has a black African-American wife. And if you didn't see them together in person or see their pictures on social media, you would never, ever believe it. But he said something about conservative talk radio, and he mentioned some conservative talk radio hosts and why he does not listen to them. And I find this fascinating, and it's opinions from people like him, because Alan has no business listening to an African-American Democrat broadcasting on 101.7 The Truth, but dude calls and listens every single day. And I think that that's a hell of a compliment to me because he doesn't have to listen to me, but the fact that he is turned off by people that broadcast in his political affiliation, he doesn't listen to them, he'd rather listen to us, says a lot about what we do here that I don't want to be missed. Conservative talk radio, it sucks. I'm just going to say, I can say because I'm in the industry, and I'll tell each and every one of them to their faces, and they know that they suck because their numbers are going down. But what conservative talk radio has done for many, many generations is tell conservative folks, mostly white people, what they already know, even if what they already know is a generalization, a stereotype, or an outright lie. They're just reinforcing what people already know. They're reinforcing the ignorance about people of color, about Democrats, about liberals, about policy, about big blue cities. They're just reinforcing the lies. There's no new information. It's regurgitating the lies. See, what we do with Black Talk Radio is we tell people things they never knew, things they never heard of before, information they wouldn't receive anywhere else. That is our appeal versus theirs, and it's why we are growing and they are not. I just want more people to understand that. We give people information that they otherwise would never know, they would never hear about, and it pushes back on the same old boring racist lies and tired narratives that have been pushed by conservatives. And I just want people to just take a moment, take a snapshot of this moment. Voting for Republicans has gotten us to the point where American citizens are getting their doors busted down by immigration and customs enforcement and are being dragged out in the cold in their socks and their underwear. This is what it has gotten you. So much for him being a businessman, unless he's in the business of wanting to attack one of our NATO allies, which would tank the dollar and put America into a recession that we would never recover from. And let me tell you why. Because the rest of the world would hate America so much they would never buy our products again. Barack Obama saved the auto industry once. If we attack Greenland, no one will come and save it again. I just want you to have an understanding of the ripple effect that our currency, our U.S. bonds, and our treasury bills will be worthless. The United States attacking our own friend? That's like going to war with your mama because she won't give you her car. Mama, give me a car. Well, no. You mean you can borrow my car whenever you... No. Give me the title. And then your mama says no. And you say, Mom, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to punch you in the face and beat you up, maybe kill you, because you won't give me your car. And your mama be like, here, you can use the car. Greenland said we can, whatever militarily we want to do on Greenland, we can put missiles, put bombs, put army bases. Greenland was like, yo, do it. Trump was like, nah, we want the whole thing. So just know that whatever you thought you were getting, oh, maybe you were worried about losing your job to an immigrant. I don't know if you guys are getting more employment opportunities because the Trump administration wants to deport 1 million people in the next year. So just know where we are right now in an unconstitutional authoritarian republic that looks more like Russia and China than it does any other Western European democracy. This is what you get. And the platform that we have here is designed to give you information on how you can push back on it and inform you about how the democratic process is supposed to work. So if you go to YouTube, give us your thoughts and feelings on 1017 The Truth as a station, because I don't want to continue to do this and not incorporate the sentiments of the people that are the main ingredient of what we do, our wonderful listening audience. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
The MPS City Conference basketball season is starting to heat up, and we are bringing you all the live hoops action right here on 1017 The Truth. Tonight, we have Ladies' Night as the Milwaukee School of Languages Hawks welcome in the Rufus King Lady Generals. Tip-off is set for 5:30 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. City Conference basketball is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS Proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When the winter chill sets in, Milwaukee turns up the wonder. From January 22nd to February 1st, 2026, Milwaukee Museum Days invites you to unlock the city's cultural treasures at special admission prices of up to 25% off many top attractions. Explore world-class art, local history, hands-on science, and one-of-a-kind Milwaukee experiences. Pair your museum visits with Milwaukee Hotel Month deals for the ultimate winter escape. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/museum days. That is visitmilwaukee.org/museum days. And also, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be a perfect time to tell you, on Fridays at 11 o'clock or during our 11 o'clock hour, we're going to do a Visit Milwaukee segment where we're going to talk about all of the incredible things to do in this city year-round. I don't know if y'all know, but Milwaukee is making a national, if not international, name for itself as a convention city. Just think about it. We had the Republican convention here in 2024, had the Democratic National Convention here in 2020. The Young Republicans are having their convention here, I believe, in 2027. The International Black Travel Summit. Let's put it this way. The Black Travel Summit had their convention in Brazil last year, and guess where they're going to have it this fall in October? They're having it in Milwaukee. So I am in a collaboration with our friends over at Visit Milwaukee because they want you all to know, those of you who are in Milwaukee and those of you who are listening from other places that are thinking about coming to Milwaukee, to know about all of the things there are to do in our fair city. And it's not just in the summertime. In the summertime, there's a lot of stuff to do, too, because then people can go out on the water, onto the Lake Michigan. I guess you can in the wintertime, too, do the polar bear plunge. I would never do that. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. I don't even like the short walk between my house and getting in my vehicle, and I preheat my vehicle. My vehicle's 77 degrees when I get in it, and I just got to walk into the garage, and it's like a 20-foot walk, and I don't like that. Why would you jump in cold water? Like, oh, it's to, start the new year. It's to cleanse myself. Take a bath in warm water at your house. Why would you jump in Lake Michigan? That's not... Don't you go numb? I'm a tropical person. I'm melanated. I'm a black African American. We don't like cold. We did not evolve to be cold weather people. The other people did. On a side note, you guys want to know something? In the year 2043, 60% of the global youth, listen to me now, those people that are under the age of 18, and we use that demographic marker to determine reproductive age, right? So whatever race or group or population has a large number of children, meaning as time goes on and those children get into what we call reproductive age, to where they're getting married and having kids, if there's a large number of children of a particular demographic group, then their populations are set to explode. But check this out. By the year 2043, 60% of the children on planet Earth will be African. And I think either consciously or subconsciously, that's what they fear. America is a very fascinating place because there's so many options and opportunities here to make your way. You can do damn near anything. Now, you need to have the right ingredients. You need opportunity. You're going to need some education. You're going to need some luck. But here's why I think they fear the immigrants so much. It's not the jobs they're doing currently, because we've already had this discussion. None of us want to do what migrants and immigrants are doing for a living. Americans are above that. In fact, some Americans will tell you, and how do I know? Because they've told me directly, Sherwin, I would rather not work at all and get these benefits and get this welfare than do a job that doesn't pay me very well or a job that I don't like. So this is not about an immigrant or a migrant coming here and taking your job. It is about their potential. It's about their opportunities that they could get in America where they can outpace American citizens. It's about their potential to become politically active and engaged and astute. And we know that if people are really involved and engaged and paying attention to policies that will make diverse life in America what it should be, those people are going to vote for Democrats. That's why they want to get rid of them. They are seeing themselves shrink. Demographically, they're shrinking. That's why they overturned Roe versus Wade, because it's not black and brown women that were having abortions. Now, let me be clear. Black and brown women do terminate pregnancies, but not at the same rate as white women. And they saw that as a part of their population decline. So just think of this from the perspective of a racist. If their populations are declining, and it's just a natural demographic factor. And I'm not being prejudicial when I say this. If you are a Caucasian in the United States, your average age is like 50. White people in this country are an older demographic. They just are. But guess what you're not doing at 50? Having kids. The African-American population, average age is 36, 37. The Latino population, about 28, 29 is their average age. The Asian population is the absolute youngest at 27, meaning half of the Asians in this country are probably younger than the age of 27, which means as time goes on and those individual groups I just named are going to have more children, white people will not be able to keep up the pace. And their supremacy only exists because of their numbers. Now, are they going to frightening extremes to get people out of this country? Yes, but I need you to know why they're doing it. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with protecting your jobs or giving you job opportunities. There's a regime in this country. And what more evidence do you need? First of all, black folks been trying to tell you about racism since the beginning. We've used our art, our talent, our music. We've embedded it in our poetry. Y'all didn't want to listen to us. But then when they shoot Renee Good in the head, now you start to pay attention. But that's kind of unusual too, isn't it? Because she is a white lady. I know some things about the whites. I grew up surrounded by them. They're a fascinating sort. Renee Good wasn't, pun intended, one of the good whites. A good white is someone that maintains and supports white supremacy and white people above everything else. And if you get in the way of that, you are as good as dead. Didn't we have a civil war over that? Weren't white people killing each other? Because it was limited and rare for African Americans to be given a gun to fight in the Civil War. Now, the Union did enlist some African American troops. The Confederacy did too. Imagine that. Imagine being a slave and fighting to maintain being a slave. Help explain that. I probably could translate that into modern times. You still got black folks right now that are fighting on behalf of white supremacy that is admonishing them and their families and their hopes and their futures, but that's another show. If you're not one of the good whites, they'll kill you just like they will the George Floyd. Let's talk to Al. You're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Well, first of all, I would not want to be a white woman with a white man right now.
Why not?
Especially if you're a Republican. Well, you know, the white men say, well, I could kill my woman and beat my children ass and only get probation. So when it comes to, you know, AR-15s and protecting the household, if you're white, you're nothing but a piece of ass to them, and you're nothing but a breeding ground for their children. So, no. Here we go. We got 58,000 manufacturing jobs that left since Donald Trump took place. The unemployment rate for black men went to 7.6%. We still have 580 to 600,000 undocumented Europeans here using resources that you white racist pigs is not talking about. And then everybody is getting mad at the migrants. But what I find to be odd when it comes to the Jews having 7 to 15 kids and on welfare, and got a man in the house, there's no backlash. Y'all brought up all this goddamn hell about blacks and undocumented.
You're talking about
the
resources. The Hasidic Jews that have all the kids and that get welfare. You got to be specific.
Okay, well, I understand that, but they're still Jews, okay? And they're not speaking up for black people or Mexican either. But I find it funny when it comes to you white Republicans that want to raise all that hell. They're using all kind of welfare, and they're not paying a goddamn thing into the system. Some of your own kin folks that let go from their job and they only got 2 kids. And you're sitting there like a little good bee, and you don't got an MFing goddamn thing to say about that. But what I would say to black people, protect your family by any means necessary, because when I think of Republicans, I always associate it with rape, because a lot of these ICE agents, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo who got caught in Minnesota at this thing with underage kids, and another ICE agent was using a woman to rape her and said, if you want to see your daughter, you got to sleep with me. So I just want you to know the kind of network you're dealing with. And for you Republicans, shame on you. I have no respect for you because you sit on your crooked tooth, oral thrash, straddle mouth, unclean ass, and you don't even wash your hands after number 2, and you kick all this hell off. But I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at your mama who raised you and your daddy who didn't give a F about you, because you cannot have peace on account of somebody else's suffering. And for those reasons, your soul is mentally and spiritually dead on Sunday, and you will always be a bastard. And don't wait till something catastrophic happen and say, help me. Hold your breath and F and die, because you had the free will to do right, but you didn't, because you was raised to be a bastard. From the womb to the tomb. Have a great day.
Oh,
bye-bye.
All right, then. You have a great day, too, then. He makes some good points, but the profanity, though. You know what I mean? Don't be... Because I'm afraid he's going to actually say the MF word. But he's refrained so far. I'm going to take a break, come back. We're going to talk to Brandon from Milwaukee on the other side. So, Brandon, you sit tight. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. You know what? We're going to give you 2 chances today. Because I'm feeling real generous today, because I love you so very much, because you're our listening audience, and without you, there is no me. There is no 101.7 The Truth. So sit tight. I'm going to give you 2 chances to be entered to win $5,000 Make You Holla, courtesy of 101.7 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices, so make sure you stay locked in. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Angela Bassett.
As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and the 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman from 5:30 until 8 p.m. at Venue 3 right here in the 3rd Street Market Hall. Hey, don't miss out on the best community awards event of the year. I'm not going to be there, though, so if you're coming to see me, sorry, I'm not going to be there. Let's talk to Brandon. Hey, Brandon, you've been waiting patiently. Thank you for doing so. You're on 1017 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing well, Sherwin. I hope you're doing well as well. I just wanted to make some comments as someone that, doesn't quite support the way that ICE is handling immigration. I can say, and I want to reiterate, that this is an experience that is not new to the African American. It's a certain level of treatment that I think Asians or Hispanics or groups that haven't sort of been under the thumb of police departments where rights were a secondary thought, they walked around imagining life could not happen to them in that same way. The George Floyd situation, the Trayvon Martin verdicts, and things of that nature. When you look at, the landscape of America, it was an Asian group that really led the charge on eliminating access to Ivy League schools through, their positions, which in my mind, was duping them, and it was a number of Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump. And while I look at this landscape, I see it as a 4-part issue. You've got Republican and Democrats at the national level, Republican Democrats at the local level. And our community is missing the issues with the Democrats at the local level to continue to talk about the Republican issues at the national level, wherein Democrats are historically making the wrong decisions. We had an opportunity to
Brandon, hang on a second. Hold on. Are you really going to conflate what the Democrats either are or are not doing with the fact that the Trump administration has given blanket immunity to ICE agents to kill people if they get in the way, and they are tear gassing innocent people that are peacefully protesting, that they are storming in American citizens' households and taking them out in the sub-zero temperatures in their underwear? And you're really going to talk about what the Democrats are not doing? Maybe you should talk about what the Republicans are not doing, including impeaching Donald Trump for being a tyrant in a free nation. And look, and I get it, all the other stuff you said about the Asians, but here's the thing. None of that is supposed to happen. And yes, black people have been treated poorly, and there's other people being treated poorly too right now, but it's not supposed to happen. So here's the problem with some black folks. We are so just used to misery that when we see it, including the violation of other people's rights, we say stuff like, well, that's just what happens. No, it's not supposed to be what happens. And when you say those things and you think like that, you are a detriment to your own civil rights movement. If you think for a second that I'm going to blame the Democrats who have less power than the Republicans. What we hate most about the losing of our democracy is the Republicans' fault. You even got Ted Cruz saying, oh, it's the history of America to confiscate other lands. Not on this show. There's other shows you can call for that. This is not one of them. Democrats can't do a damn thing. The Republicans are doing even less. The Republicans are emboldening the disrespect to the U.S. Constitution, which, if I'm not mistaken, they used to carry it around in their little suit coat pockets. The Constitution, now it means nothing. I want people to have a real profound understanding of what is happening right now. If white people and if whiteness and if white supremacy is in jeopardy, they will defy every law ever created. The Constitution means nothing if it is not first and foremost protecting white people. They will round up anybody out of their houses. They will even shoot other white people in the head in front of their own damn houses. We got to stop living under this illusion. Now, you can blame the Democrats all you want to. That just means that the political party that 90% of black people vote for, if you don't support that, then you just hate black people. And you totally can say that because I get it. You can hate black people because we're easy to hate, because all of what America has been to diminish every part of our humanity since we got to this mother father. So I get it, but to sit here and blame the Democrats for what is going on, that's disgusting. Well, it sounds like I got a lot more work to do to inform and educate. Speaking of which, oh, well. Hi, Bob. Hello. This is going to be fun, I'm sure.
Hello. Sherwin, you brought up two good topics, man. What don't you like about 107 and relationships? You should continue to talk about relationships. That's your unique experience, and it's interesting how you feel about relationships. I don't care who don't like it. It's too interesting, man. And, what don't you like about 107?
101.7. Say it, Bob. Say 101.7.
101.7. Okay. Whether you have a degree and you get straight A's and you get B's in college, and it has nothing to do with your IQ. If you voted for Trump, I knew you shouldn't have voted for Trump. I never heard of him until he started talking about Barack Obama wasn't born here. You have to have a gun up above my head for me to vote for that man. I knew then. I said, oh, this man is crazy. And if you voted for Trump, I just go down to your level and deal with you. That don't mean I don't love my brothers and deal with them. I just know, I don't care if they get A's or B's and they're doctors and they whatever. And how you going to tell me not to talk about national news, talk about local news? No, man. I can think, what if ICE comes here? How can we not talk about Trump? I mean, it's so many things. What I don't like about 107 is the fact you try to bring up Clinton or a Democrat to match what the Republicans are doing to reason why you gonna vote Republican. You can't do that.
Bob, what you just said made no sense to anybody except for you. Repeat it again. I'm trying to follow your logic. You said that I bring up the Clintons to justify why I vote for Republicans? When have I ever said I voted for a Republican?
Clinton or some Democrat, they'll bring up what a Democrat is negative about, that they feel is negative about.
Bob, stop talking for a second. Bob, stop. Listen to me, because I think you have some things confused, and I cannot have confusion go out during my 3 hours I'm on the air. When Bill Clinton ran for re-election in 1996, he took agenda items that Republicans were going to run on and made them a part of his agenda so they couldn't use it, like expanding prisons and doubling down on the war on drugs. That's what Bill Clinton did in 96 to get reelected. He took Republican agenda items and made it a part of his reelection strategy in 96. I think that is what you were referring to, but you did a poor job of it. Land the plane. Here we go.
All right. He went up on how much the rich people make. And to land the plane, I want to say this.
Oh, God. Crash the plane.
I just like cowboy pictures. And once upon a time, in black and white, pictures. And I just somewhat like cowboy pictures. I don't know why. Once upon a time in the West with Brunson. You know that? You ever seen that?
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, Bob. You went to talk about cowboy. You said a cowboy picture, like a cowboy movie.
Yeah,
nobody said picture anymore. This is not 1964.
Boy, you back in red form, boy. You yelling again. Okay, I'll talk to you later, sir.
No, you won't. Let's give away some of this money.
One call, that's all.
Now it's your chance to be our one call, that's all $5,000 giveaway entry for the day. That's right. You'll be entered to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Office. We'll take call number 7 at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. You'll be entered to win $5,000 courtesy of the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, caller number 7 at 833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. You can find them on the internet at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Call number 7, I think I said, at 833-212-1017. Don't go anywhere. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
On 1017 The Truth. To hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in. What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It starts with a spark, and at Milwaukee College Prep, that spark turns into something extraordinary. From age 3 through 8th grade, MCP should be grades 3 through 8th grade. MCP nurtures brilliance, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of students face economic hardship, but that does not define them because at Milwaukee College Prep, every child's potential shines. With 1, 2, 3, 4 campuses and one powerful mission, college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, where Milwaukee's future begins to shine. I think some of you adults need to enroll in Milwaukee College Prep. During hour 3, I'm going to give you the details. I'm going to do some comparisons. I like comparisons because they show the contrast. Because I feel like more contrast needs to be shown because the dichotomous, duplicitous nature of the United States is something that history will certainly remark and remember. Little side note, part of the topics that I cover, why I say what I say, and the decision-making and to deliver the information and the content and the stories that I do is because this medium is incredibly unique as opposed to even when I first started radio, we weren't really podcasting. Podcasting didn't really come along until like 2013, 2014, at least at radio stations that I was working for. What I'm saying right now will live on forever on all these different digital platforms, on YouTube, long after I'm gone. And so I have to make sure that I am having this conversation so when history wants to look back at what the sentiments were when the worst of the worst in American democracy was taking place, I want to have information that shows our sentiments during this, let me call it a pivotal time in American history. So some of the stuff that I'm saying, it may not make a whole hell of a lot of sense right now, but I promise you in 20 years, somebody's going to get a light bulb over their head and say, Eureka. And I also believe that some of the topics that we discuss, and we do so collectively, are evergreen. They are always going to be pivotal, crucial, and important, especially as it comes to how we can improve conditions in the city of Milwaukee. But I have to be mindful of the fact that I am not just talking to today. I am also talking to tomorrow. From St. Paul, Minnesota, federal immigration agents forced open a door and detained a U.S. citizen in his Minnesota home at gunpoint without a warrant, then led him out into the streets in his underwear in sub-zero conditions, according to his family and videos reviewed by the Associated Press. Chong Lee Thao told the Associated Press that his daughter-in-law woke him up from a nap Sunday afternoon and said that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents were banging at the door of his residence in St. Paul. He told her not to open the door. Masked agents then forced their way in the house and pointed guns at the entire family, yelling at them, Thao recalled. I was shaking, he said. They didn't show any warrant. They just broke down our door. Amid a massive surge of federal agents into the Twin Cities, immigration authorities are facing backlash from residents and local leaders for warrantless arrests, aggressive clashes with protesters, and the fatal shooting of a mother of 3, Renee Good. ICE is not doing what they say they are doing, St. Paul Mayor Coley Herr, among Americans, said in a statement about Thao's arrest. They're not going after hardened criminals. They're going after anyone and everyone in their path. It is unacceptable and un-American. Side note, even though it's affiliated with this, they're racially profiling. If somebody doesn't look American or if somebody speaks with an accent, they're detaining them. Don't we as black folks have some experience with racial profiling? But what I find so unique and ironic about us is when the racial profiling that we get angry about, and rightfully so, and we've gone to court and used the ACLU to sue police departments and get consent decrees because we don't like racial profiling. But when it's happening to somebody else, we say nothing. Nah, hold on now. I'm not trying to tell you to get engaged in what is happening in Minnesota, but don't you just find it rich? Because when we were racially profiled, we wanted the world to come to our aid. We wanted everybody to know how wrong we were treated, and we got lawyers and filed lawsuits, and we got on social media, and we just detested racial profiling. But we're seeing it happen directly in front of our faces, and we are the most quiet ones. There's something about this phenomenon that is going to embarrass us in the eyes of history. Somebody had posted in the Hughes Views group a picture of ICE agents going door to door and rounding people up, even if these people are American citizens and they have no criminal records and no criminal convictions whatsoever. And they did a side-by-side picture of Nazis in Germany going door to door in Poland doing the exact same thing. And the group that was impacted by the Nazi regime that knows what it's like when an authoritarian uses their military to go after people in their homes and round them up are saying nothing. We as black people that intimately know about racial profiling are saying nothing, meaning the Trump administration is able to completely get away with this. Because as long as it's not us as black folks, we think it's not going to happen to us. We got to remember, all of the usurpation of other people's rights and the violation of the Constitution that we are witnessing started with us. And I also think it is going to end with us. Now they're going after other groups of people that are maybe less affiliated, maybe less organized, because an immigrant or someone who's got a particular type of legal status in this country may not be very well affiliated or connected to big, powerful groups. So they're going after easy targets first, and they're coming after the hardened targets, us, next. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for Hour 3.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, meal times, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 3 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Make sure you stay tuned now. Gonna give you another chance to win $5,000. I don't know why we're doing it twice on my show, but see, that's the thing. If you listen to this show, you are doubling your chances of winning $5,000. And I think that we are set to do our next $5,000 giveaway. I'd imagine probably next month, maybe February, something like that. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to give you another chance to win the $5,000. So I got a story here. Got a few of them, actually. I want to look at the states in which Donald Trump has the highest approval rating, knowing all that we know, seeing all that we are seeing, including him threatening tariffs on our own friends and allies. You know, let me tell you what's just crazy about this. Sometimes I wish I didn't know so much about history. So the countries that are vehemently opposing the United States and wanting to take military action against Greenland to steal it. Do you all understand? We're about to steal a country. So in Greenland, do you know that nobody owns the land? Check this out. So in Greenland, they'll give you like a plot of land so you can build your house. But they say in Greenland, the land belongs to the people of that island. It doesn't belong to the government, doesn't belong to any corporation. The United States wants to literally take ownership of a country in which the people in the country don't even own the land individually as a country. And so the nations, I guess he got some letters from prime ministers of other countries trying to reason with Trump and bargain with him where there is neither available. You can't reason with him nor bargain with him. But the other part that defies my understanding, and I've worked for executives before, executives like governors or mayors, or in this case, the president, they hire people that they trust. They may not all, like their top advisors are not always career politicians. A president's advisor is someone that will not BS them and tell them the real. Because when you have that kind of power like presidents do, you're surrounded by yes people. I worked for a member of Congress, which is nowhere near the level of a president. And Congressman Tom Barrett at the time was surrounded by yes people, but I never was. I would tell him exactly what I thought because everybody, and in no shade to my colleagues that I work with in Congressman Tom Barrett's office, but oh yes, Mr. Congressman, oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. When I worked in his office, the vote was coming up in Congress on whether we should authorize the U.S. military to go into Iraq. Remember the whole weapons of mass destruction under George W. Bush? And I used to go and pick the congressman up from the airport when he'd be flying back home to the district from D.C. And the talks and the conversations that we had, I think, informed not just a lot of my politics, but my understanding of policy and what a member of Congress actually does. I valued those car rides probably more than any other experience I ever had in government. And I remember Tom asking me, like, Sherwin, what should I do? This vote is coming up to authorize war with Iraq. Like, we can't mess this up because if they do have weapons of mass destruction, they can destroy the region. The whole world will be unstable. And I remember telling him unequivocally, do not vote for it. it will come back to get you. Nah, I think you voted for it anyway. But at least he asked me. Valuable conversations. But what people, and you'll see this, in companies that are successful, because the same apparatus can be executed in corporate America as well, CEOs of companies that have to make tremendous decisions about the projection and direction of the company, doing right by the stockholders of the country, ensuring profitability, dealing with other economic factors and everything else the CEO may have to deal with. They have people that advise them and tell them the honest truth, where a lot of the board members maybe or other people that are surrounding that CEO, oh, yes, absolutely, Mr. CEO. Yes, absolutely. You value the people that will be honest with you. No one is being honest with Donald Trump, because I know men like him. The overwhelmingly narcissistic, arrogant egomaniacs. If you know people like that, you know something about their weakness and their vulnerability. They project that kind of strength because they're weak and insecure. And it's such a telltale. A man that acts in that particular way is more insecure than a woman who thinks she's gained 10 pounds. Men are way more insecure than women are. Trump is exactly that. And the way that you can manipulate a narcissistic, egotistical, insecure man is easier than manipulating a man who has confidence. But no one is telling him. No one has figured out how easy it is. You can manipulate Trump into doing the right thing. You can manipulate Trump into giving all of us tax breaks. You can manipulate Trump to legitimately wanting to create jobs here in the United States of America. You can manipulate Trump to tell him that tariffs are a really bad idea because it's a tax on the American people. But nobody is doing it. And here's what I fear. There's someone, it's likely Stephen Miller, that is manipulating Trump to be the absolute worst tyrant he can be, because Steve Miller has a beef with either people of color, minorities, Democrats, all the above, and it has a beef with America. Because Stephen Miller looks like he got his girlfriend took in high school and he got bullied a lot, and those are the worst people to put in power. But Trump is easy to manipulate. I have never in my life met a narcissistic, egotistical, arrogant man that I couldn't manipulate, because you can lead them by their noses based upon their own arrogance. Because if you just tell them what they want to hear, they will follow you like the Pied Piper. But nobody is doing that. That is the whole point of being an advisor for an executive. You tell them the honest truth and what is best for them, what is best for the people they lead, and in this case, what is best for the country. But Stephen Miller, I think, is the one. Someone even worse than Trump is behind what we are seeing, including these immigration agents that have unlimited immunity. Stephen Miller just put out a statement that said that local law enforcement better stand down. Now, hold on a second. I love this, because you've got local police officers now who are being punked by this administration. Oh, you thought that Trump supported the police? Screw you. Screw you, cops. Stand down. When you see immigration and customs enforcement in your city in which you were hired to patrol, local cops, the city in which you were trained, the city in which you live, the city in which you know your neighbors, the cities in which you send your kids, when you see ICE coming, your punk ass better stand down. Now, if local law enforcement isn't standing up and speaking up and saying something against ICE, then they are worse than the Republicans that are emboldening Trump. That's why I ain't got no respect for some of these cops. That's why I said what I said last week or the week before, that 20% of police that are on the force, and it's a generalization, it's an opinion, 20% of them are good people, honest people, decent people that want to make the cities in which they police safer. They want people to be able to walk around at night, and they want old people to want to be able to sit on the porch, and they really want to do something about crime. I think 80% of those cops that are on the force were bullied, and they're cowards, and they got the badge and the gun so they can finally feel like they can get some respect, so they can finally feel like they have some power. And Trump is telling them that Stephen Miller, Trump's chief advisor, is telling them to stand down. That's crazy to me. And guess what? The cops are going to follow orders, which also frightens me for a number of reasons because we never really resolved the issues that we have with local policing. But if police officers are going to be so damn blind to follow orders, then they might have been the first cog in the wheel of authoritarianism. At some point, you got to do what's right. That is why so many members of Congress, all Democrats, of course, are telling members of the military and the National Guard, you have to defy an illegal order, because if you don't, you are participating in the authoritarianism that is breaking down American citizens' doors and rousing them out of bed in their underwear and taking them out of the house in sub-zero temperatures. You have to defy an illegal order. These local police are being told they better stand down. Now, I want to see local police stand up to some of these ICE agents because at the end of the day, that's all we got. All we have is our local police. When they are seeing the constitutional rights being violated by these immigration and customs enforcement, we have no recourse. Those are the ones that need to be battling. Those local police need to say, hey, you literally have no jurisdiction over local law enforcement. Leave these people alone. But they're not. What's the point of being a cop if you're going to be a coward? I almost said it. Almost. I don't want to say it. Almost the P word. You know what I mean? A P word is a piece of a woman's anatomy. A very, very important piece of a woman's anatomy. You know what I mean? The P word is... It makes the world go round. Just think about it. Something went into it and people came out of it.
Let him cook.
You know what I mean? Think about that. Think about how important it is. First something goes in, then a person comes out. Like humanity comes. It's a very important... Let's talk to Brian, shall we? Hey, Brian, you're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
What's up, Sherwin?
Thank you.
I just wanted to mention the fact that we saw that how vulnerable Trump was to influence when Kim Kardashian was allowed to walk into the White House and just have a conversation with Trump and have him let out a lot of people. Quote, unquote, they were people that he should have let them out. But the fact that, he was so easily to get to do certain things just by a novice. So the type of evil people he's got behind him are stroking him. I mean, they're telling him what to do, and just because they're saying it's the right thing to do, people like Pete Hegseth, and I think Pete Hegseth is the worst person right now in the administration that's getting him to do a lot of the things that he's doing. So if I'd have known Trump was a Gemini, there's no way in I ever would have supported anything he did, even back when he was in 45. We got to look at the zodiac sign of people we put in office.
What?
I think that would help. I think we need to look at what month these people are born in and see what their tendencies are based on their zodiac sign.
That's insane, Brian. Can we not engage in astronomy when it comes to who we are picking to lead the free world and have the nuclear codes? Can we look at their accomplishments? Can we look at what they've said? Can we look at the actions they want to take? Can we look at their political agendas? Can we look at who they're surrounding themselves with? Not if they're a Gemini or not. It's very simple to determine who we want to vote for as president, and the month in which they were born don't matter.
We gotta find some kind of way to get good people in office.
You're part of this problem, Brian. Can you admit that you voting for Donald Trump helped him?
No, I didn't vote for Donald Trump at 47. No, not at all. I voted for Kamala.
Hold on.
I voted
hold on. The Kamala Harris election wasn't the only one you voted in, man. Who did you vote for before that? Who did you vote for in 2012?
No, 2016.
Hold on, Brian. 2016 is gone. Who did you vote for in 2012? Who did you vote for in 2008? Who did you vote for in 2004?
I stood down on those two.
What do you mean you stood down? So there's a black president on the ballot. You ain't vote for him. You didn't vote for a black president and you voted for Trump? You're no longer black. Turn in your card. Bring it to the station.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Who did you vote for?
It was a whole different narrative back during that time.
I can tell
Times
you
were a lot different.
You're right, it was. Who did you vote for in 2004?
Oh, I didn't vote for Bush or none of them. I didn't vote for presidents back during those times.
So you didn't vote at all?
I did not vote for Barack. The only time I got into voting for president was when Trump ran. But back during them times, the Democrats were off the beam crazy. I mean, that's just the way it was back then.
How old are you,
It
Brian?
just was bad back then.
How old are
Pardon
you?
me?
How old are you?
I'm 60-something. I'm 60-something.
And you mean, like, you turned...
I've been watching the narratives of how this country's been going a lot longer than you.
Okay, stop talking.
I know a lot more than
Brian,
what you know. I mean, there are a lot of things I could say that would just blow stuff out of the water. But the bottom line is, man,
yeah,
we
but
have
it
to
wouldn't be
watch
true because you're over here looking at the zodiac. Brian, when we're both talking at the same time.
I'm looking at the content.
Brian, turn him down, Zach. You turned 18 in the 70s. And you mean to tell me the first time you voted for president was Trump?
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it means a lot.
All politics are local. My politics were all local, remember? Politics were all local.
I don't think you voted in those elections either.
My politics were local.
I'm sure they were, but you didn't vote. Well, I got to go. Why do I do this? Like, why do I...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I need to stop taking this stuff personal. His 60-something-year-old ass didn't vote for president until Trump ran in 2016 and he missed decades of elections, and then his cop-out is, all elections, all politics are local. Yeah, but if you didn't vote for president, I know damn well you ain't vote for school board. Y'all need to stop playing with me. Zach, you want to, well, we got Millicent. So, Millicent, you hang on. Make sure you guys stay tuned. I want to give you another chance to win $5,000 courtesy of Groover Law Offices. I'm so perplexed. I need to give you guys a soliloquy on why I think some black people vote and still support for Trump, still support him. Because there's a cohort of us that no matter who is in office, some black people's lives are going to be so irreparably broken and damaged that it doesn't matter who's in office. So, like, they can support Trump because their lives are going to be screwed up no matter what. Nothing's going to fix it. It's almost like, you know how sometimes we as black people think all white folks have white supremacy? And to some extent they do, but not to the magnitude that we think. Some black folks think, oh, because you're white, your life is perfect. You can do whatever you want. You have all these opportunities. Do you know there's millions and millions and millions of white people that are doing way worse than us? And so we'll get mad at white people just in general because, oh, you have white supremacy. Some white folks are broke, have no money, they're homeless, they have no teeth, they have no shoes, and we're over here accusing them of having white supremacy. And then those are the white folks that get very angry because they're like, look, I'm broker than you, these white folks will say. But there are some black people whose lives are so irreparably damaged that voting is either not important or it's an afterthought, or maybe they will vote for and support Donald Trump because, you know, he's a felon too. Just like there are white people who do not benefit or they don't benefit the way we think they do from white supremacy. Because I know that we sometimes accuse the lowest white people of having all of this white supremacy. Not, if whiteness can't feed you and your family, then it's not really all that supreme. You know what I'm saying? Now, they may get the benefit of the doubt, like if they get pulled over by the police, but that most black people get let go when they've been pulled over by the police. Y'all don't know that? There was a guy that called my show. I got to tell this story quick because I had to take a break. He called my radio show years ago when I was at WNOV, and we were talking about, as black men, our interactions with the police. You know what I found overwhelmingly? Black men don't even get pulled over a lot, and when we do, we get let go. So this guy calls the show because the police had just killed somebody somewhere. I don't know if it was Eric Garner or Michael Brown. It was we were mad at something. And all the black men are calling, oh my God, the police are killing us, and every time we leave the house, they're going to kill us. And I flipped the script on the conversation. I said, black men, call in and tell me about your last interaction with the police. So this guy calls in. I'll never forget this. He hit a school. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, he said. He hit a school bus full of kids. Cops, and he was drunk. Don't forget that part. He's drunk at 7 a.m., hit a school bus full of kids. Cop came. Cop asked him if his vehicle was drivable. He was like, the cop knew that he was drunk because he was like, oh, sure, when the cop had to smell the liquor on my breath. The cop was like, oh, if your car is drivable, just go home. And I used that as an example. And a whole bunch of other black men called to talk about how they were speeding, going 20 over the speed limit. They were driving crazy, driving recklessly, got pulled over, and were let go. So we sometimes overinflate the treachery of being black when it really ain't that bad at all. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
When?
Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, Journey team, it's me, Coach Erica. Happy New Year. Are you ready? Because the time is now to begin your journey to success. This is your season to level up. Keep striving, keep pushing, and keep doing. No more waiting. No more excuses. Your journey starts today. For more information or to connect with me, visit ericaodomjourney.com. That's ericaodomjourney.com.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Our telephone number, for those of you that don't have it, is 833-212-1017. Please keep it handy. Zach and I are going to give you another chance to win $5,000 because we want to make you holla. Let's talk to Millicent, shall we? Hello, Millicent. You're on 1017 The Truth.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I am doing well. First, the young man that just called and said he's 60-some years old and he voted for Trump, that was his first time voting in an election, that is a prime example of why black men don't get respect. That he is the example of why black men have to work harder in society because they're kind of slow.
Hey, Millicent, not all of us are slow.
Not all, but he is an example. As far as what's going on in America right now, can't we just agree that it's karma? That it's time for America to pay for all of her badness in the past.
Yeah, but look who's paying, though. People that have already been marginalized and disrespected and discriminated against are the ones that are paying. That's karma against us.
It's just the beginning. America will be damn near a third world country in 10 years. Our dollar is going to drop. He is going to do something to our allies. And once we have no allies, that military that y'all think is so great, you'll find out it's only great because we have allies. There are things that other countries have that can hurt America that we don't even know about. The best example is Israel. We didn't know they had put bombs in cell phones and pagers. We knew nothing about that until it happened. And the sad part is we paid for that. We pay for their military. So you cannot tell me that the UK, Germany, and all these other countries don't have some type of military that is better than ours, and it's going to hurt America. And it's her just due. It's called karma. And we're going to get it, and when we get it, nobody should be able to complain because we did it to ourselves. We did it by voting in a knucklehead twice. The people who voted for Donald Trump, you voted for Donald Trump for two reasons: hate and no self-respect. Because that's all he brought to the table. And when you have people of color who voted for him, y'all are even worse. Y'all are lower than low. And then to see a community like Milwaukee gather around people who voted for Donald Trump and think they're telling you the truth. That's the sad part. So it's just a matter of karma, and our payback is coming. We're going to get it.
But I don't want the karma. I've been doing the right thing. No, I don't want none of this karma.
I know. But America, it's got to come to us. It's our turn. It is our just turn. And you have to look at it from the standpoint of all of these countries for years and years have thought America was this great place, the best place to be. You've got people coming to this country who want a better life. And they find out when they get here, this is a lie. And that's what has come to pass. Our lies are coming out. People realize America really ain't nothing. She's just hate.
I mean,
and now we see it.
It's Millicent. You have had a great career. You've got a great life. You can't complain. Yep. You're fine. It's not bad for everybody.
I can't complain. But that doesn't mean that America has been doing what she should have done.
That's true.
And she hasn't. This country was built on hate. Everything that has been accomplished in this country was through hate. Nothing in this country was made positive without starting out of hate. And we cannot fight that fact. And in fact, the reason why black people are doing what they are to each other is out of hate. Self-hate. You're mad because somebody else took their life that was nothing and made it better by working hard. You hate them. That's why we got everything going on. But America, as we know it, is over. It is over. We now have our allies pointing weapons at this country. Has anybody thought about that?
Yes.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And for people to still say, well, this is the way it is. The Hispanics shouldn't be here. The people shouldn't be here. Y'all know what? You know why he really wants that? Greenland is so some more white people can be under the American umbrella. He's already said, why is all the people of color coming to this country? Because the white people in other countries know America ain't sugar, honey, iced tea.
Let's leave it there, Millicent.
That's why. Yep. Bye-bye.
Okay, then. That's Well, that's very discouraging. It's not all bad. I mean, take Zech, for example. He's an international sensation on the turntables. He's a very booked and busy DJ, and he's one of our more successful producers here at 101.7 The Truth. In fact, Zech, you're a day one. You've been here.
Yes, sir. I was the first hired.
First one. I was the last. They weren't even going to hire me. That's crazy. I had to get a little angry. Okay, well, why don't we do this? Let's give somebody... America's a great place. We're going to make America great again by giving you a chance to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Play the clip, man.
One call, that's all.
Now's your chance to be our second one call, that's all $5,000 giveaway entry for the day. Damn it, that's right. We're going to enter a second person to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. We'll make it easy for you. Call number 5 at 833-212-1017. Call number 5. I'll say it in Spanish because I want a Latino to call. Call number 5. I'll say it in German. I want a German. No, I don't. Spanish. How you say 5 in Chinese? I mean, I could make it up. Either way, call number 5 at 833-212-1017. You'll be entered to win $5,000. Courtesy of the award-winning 101.7 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, call number 5 at 833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com for official contest rules. Visit 1017thetruth.com. Before we get started, let me tell you what's crazy. My dad got in a car accident before he passed away, and he got Gruber Law Offices to represent him, and he won his case, but he died. So we don't know, like, does my mom get the money? David Gruber, if you're listening, like, call my mom, because we're not sure how to get the accident money. Don't go anywhere. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
Don't touch that dial. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the second annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
More of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hello?
Hello, my number 5?
Oh, not even close.
Oh, man.
You're probably caller number 42.
42?
Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
What are you so? Yeah, man.
All right, no. Okay. What was so funny? What were he and I laughing at? I'm not sure. He started laughing. I started laughing. Sometimes laughter is contagious.
42 is a high number.
Oh, we easily get from in like the 3 or 4 minutes that we do that contest, we get 30 plus calls.
To be honest, I'm surprised they're still not calling. Oh, spoke too soon.
Watch this. Watch it. Oh my gosh! Hello, who is this?
Yeah, this is Joey.
Hey, Joey! What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's happening, Sherwin?
Oh man, you know I can't call it.
Are you kidding me, man? Am I that caller?
No, not even.
Oh
no.
wow,
you're not.
Don't laugh, honey. All right, Sherwin. Thank you, brother. I love your show.
Laughing. Thank you. The show loves you too. All right, then now. Yellow. Who's on the line? Yellow.
Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hello.
All right now, Stephanie. What's going on?
Was listening to the show and calling in.
Oh, okay. You got a question or a comment, or you trying to win some money? What's on your mind?
Win some money?
No, not
but
today.
I do love the show, though.
Oh, thank you.
Why?
Because you're not caller number 5. You know how fast you got to be caller number 5? You got to have a fast finger.
I do. What number am I?
Like 59.
59?
Yeah.
I thought you... What number you asking for?
5. I mean, there's a lot of people call. Like 10 people call at once. So we have 10 or 11 lines that are available. So, sorry. But thank you for being a listener of the show.
No doubt. Okay.
All right then. No doubt. Peace, homie. All right. Oh my goodness. Hello. Who's this?
All right. No doubt.
Turn your radio down.
Uncle Billy.
Oh. Hey, Uncle Billy.
How about I turn it off?
Oh. All right.
What's up? Who's this? Kyle?
Damn.
It's Kyle.
Yes. It's Kyle Wallace.
It's Kyle.
I love MPS.
Kyle Wallace.
Yeah, it's Kyle Wallace. I got dreadlocks. My hair be swinging back and forth.
You ain't Kyle.
Oh.
You ain't Kyle.
Hey,
I'm trying to win some money. You joking.
Tory Lowe.
You joking.
You called the
What's
Tory
up,
Lowe. What's going on, Uncle Billy?
What up, Tory?
What up, Uncle Billy?
I'm blessed today.
Uncle Billy.
I'm blessed today.
Liz Brown.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Liz Brown just walked in the building.
Who?
That part.
Liz Brown.
Who walked in the building?
Liz Brown.
Liz Brown. That's Liz, ain't it? Ain't that Liz? She need her own show. She don't need to be hanging out with you.
That part.
Tell me, Uncle Billy, what do you love about the Tory Lowe Show? Tell me what you love about the Tory Lowe Show. Every day from 1 to 4.
Y'all give out $5,000. I love that y'all give out $5,000.
You ain't winning it.
That's why I call. I need some money.
Goodbye, Uncle Bill.
All right, what's the topic? What's the topic today?
Did you just ask me what the topic was? I've been on the air for 2.5 hours, and you.
When I just got in the car and turned the radio on, it ain't got nothing to do with me, man.
You actually thought you were calling Kyle Wallace. This show doesn't even start until noon. It's 11:39, man.
Yeah, I did thought I was calling Kyle. Yeah, but I was calling Kyle. All right, well, maybe I'll try back later.
No, don't. Don't try back. I don't want you to. I don't even know why I keep doing this. Hello?
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 Am I the fifth caller?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now. Okay, then. So the people that are listening clearly can hear when I'm answering the phone right now at 11:39 that you're not the fifth caller, but people are just, are they that delayed? I don't sound nothing like Kyle. Well, today is an anniversary. Let me get one more. I'm going to do, hey, wait a minute. Wait. What the hell? Who is this?
Am I caller number 5?
No, you're not. Hello, who is this?
Una llamada es todo.
What the hell?
I just wanted to talk to you. What up?
Oh, you said it in Spanish. One call, that's all. Say it again in Spanish.
Una llamada es todo? Or better say it like him.
Listen,
Una llamada es todo.
you better be careful speaking that Mexican. Now, the Trump people are going to come get you. You better be careful. Don't be speaking that Mexican.
They ain't going to catch me. I'm well hidden.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah? Yeah, well, they'll have to catch me first.
All right, then. I hope they don't catch you.
All right, man.
Okay, all right, then. Okay, all right. Talking about I hope they don't catch me.
Yeah.
Huh? Who is this? Turn the radio down.
We're still trying to get.
What you trying to?
I was just seeing if I was the fifth caller.
No.
You said no.
No, you're not the fifth caller. You're like the 60th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She hung up, too. Today, January 20th, marks 365 days since the inauguration of President Donald Trump, who returned to the White House for a second term exactly 1 year ago. To say the least, it's been anything but a quiet year in American politics. From the recent capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to declarations that the U.S. will take control of Greenland, to the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, there's barely been a day where Trump and his administration haven't made headline news. Side note, another government shutdown coming January 30th. Did you know that bill to fund the government, where they cut the SNAP benefits, that was only funding through January 30th. So brace yourselves, because this next government shutdown is going to be longer than the first. Let me continue. Trump began the year with a throng of executive orders, including downsizing of the federal government, that led to the loss of thousands of jobs, purging diversity and inclusion programs, and slashing humanitarian aid sent worldwide. Since then, he has sparked trade wars by imposing tariffs on imports from many countries and enacted a sweeping tax and spending cut package. Trump's key campaign promise to reduce illegal immigration has been one of his most controversial. In recent weeks, immigration and customs enforcement agents' raids in Minnesota led to the death of 37-year-old American citizen Renee Good, who was shot dead by an agent. Her death has sparked widespread protests across the state. It's been an explosive year for Trump's political nearest and dearest, too. Fallouts with the likes of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, Georgia Representative and once MAGA faithful Marjorie Taylor Greene, and a brief spat with Elon Musk all drew significant attention in his first year back in the Oval Office. This has only been a year he's done all this stuff. Sometimes I forget that this stuff happened in this last year. Nationwide, as the first year of his second term comes to a close, Trump has an overall disapproval rating of 56% and an approval rating of 40%. That's still too high. That's according to data compiled by Civics. On January 20th, 2025, these respective numbers sat at 51 and 45. Trump hasn't even lost that much approval in all the stuff that he has done. I have some details here of where Donald Trump is doing the best and the worst. I'm going to take a break, come back, give you the 5 states in which Trump's approval rating in one case is 65%, and then as low as 20% approval in Hawaii. And if I have time, because my show is almost over, I want to compare a couple things. Income and level of education in the states in which Trump's approval is highest versus the states where Trump's approval is the lowest. We'll get to that on the other side. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back shortly.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Never miss a moment of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the new 1017 The Truth.
You know who's responsible for those kids' safety? Everybody at Waterford High School. The police, the law, decency, morality is responsible for those kids' safety. Had the Rufus King High School students been physically attacked, that's not the fault of the coach. That's blaming the victim. Come on, you know better than that. It would be the fault of the attacker.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Milwaukee Black Talk. The MPS City Conference basketball season is starting to heat up, and we are bringing you all the live hoops action right here on 1017 The Truth. Tonight, we have Ladies' Night as the Milwaukee School of Languages Hawks welcome in the Rufus King Lady Generals. Tip-off is set for 5:30 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. City Conference basketball is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS Proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'll fall in love again, a best friend, yeah. I like him cool, and kinda cocky, not too much to make him move. And try to lock me, try to take away the jewels. You cannot stop it, gotta understand the rules. I've been the type to wear the heart on my sleeve. Been the one to always choose the wrong play. Not the type to ever see me lonely. I keep my socks on during loving. In and out, baby, in and out, yeah.
Trump's strongest support is concentrated in deeply Republican and rural states. Wyoming, Donald Trump has 65% approval. West Virginia, 61%. followed closely by Oklahoma at 59%, Idaho at 58%, North Dakota 57%, Arkansas 56%, and Montana 55%. In much of the South and Plains states, approval generally meets or exceeds 50%. But Trump's weakest support 1 year after his inauguration is found in typically blue and more urbanized states. Approval is lowest in Hawaii, where only 20% approve of Trump, 80% disapprove. Vermont, 22% approve, 78% disapprove. Maryland, 25% approve. California, 27% approve of Trump. Washington State, 28% of people approve. Massachusetts, 28%. And Rhode Island, 29%. Let's do a comparison, shall we? The states in which Donald Trump has the highest versus the lowest approval ratings. Poverty rate. Two of the states in which Donald Trump has the highest approval, Oklahoma and the Dakotas, have a poverty rate that is higher than the national average by as much as 10 to 14%. What about education? Educational attainment in the states in which Trump has the highest approval rating, which is West Virginia, they have the lowest college degree attainment in America. Wyoming, Oklahoma, Idaho, and North Dakota all have high approval ratings for Trump, have lower percentages of adults with bachelor's degrees compared to more urbanized, Democratic-leaning states. So if you're dumb and poor, don't get mad at me. These are the statistics. Here's something to think about. Why are there no big Republican cities? Think about some of the biggest cities you know, even cities that are in deep, deep, deep red states. Tennessee is about as red as you can get. Memphis is blue. Mississippi, you ain't getting redder than Mississippi. Mississippi is so red, the dirt is red. Jackson is blue. Why aren't there, no, it's a serious question. Why aren't there any Republican-controlled cities? And there's a reason why there aren't any. Why people that live in cities do not want Republican leadership. Now, here's the thing. There was a period of time when there were Republican leaders of big cities. I'm going to give you one example that's going to be familiar with many of you. The guy who was mayor of the New York City during the September 11th, Rudy Giuliani, very conservative Republican. We gave Republican mayors a chance in the 90s and the early 2000s, and then almost universally did away with them. And the reason why Republican governors were given, or not governors, mayors of big cities, not small towns don't count. Everybody knows small towns suck. Small town people like going to big cities because it's sexy here. This is where the smart people are. This is where the fun is. What fun is there to do in a small town besides sleep with your cousin? Ain't nothing fun to do in no small town. Small towns, there's nothing there. Because people left the small town. Well, they never lived there because there was never nothing there. Well, what are you going to do in a small town for fun? Farm. Big cities are where it's at. The whole war on drugs, cracking down on violent crime in the 1990s, circa the 1994 crime bill, allowed Republicans with their tough on crime messaging to get elected in big cities where crime was at a fever pitch in the 1990s because of the war on drugs and the crack epidemic, etc. Then it was quickly realized by people in big cities, you know where the colleges are and the universities are, where the money is, where the jobs are, where the big companies are, because they all want to be in the big cities. Republican leadership was a failure. In big cities, big metro areas, 500,000 people or more, 700,000 people or more, thoroughly rejected Republican leadership in big cities because big cities are smarter. I'm sorry, they just are. If 90% of my community, a lot of whom are a hell of a lot smarter than me, if they're voting for one particular political party over another, especially African Americans that live in cities, And if 90% of those African Americans are voting for Democrats, because I am a member of my community, even if I don't always like and agree with things my community is doing, I'm still a part of it. My community is my family. And just like our blood family, they sometimes do stuff that you don't like and you don't agree with, but at the end of the day, they are still your family. So if 90% of my community is moving in a particular direction, that's the direction I'm going. Now, we can have our arguments and our debates and our diatribes while we're on our way, but I'm still going to be moving with my community. Here's what I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be the 10% moving against my community. For what? What do I plan to gain? What do I get out of that? Attention? The attention isn't worth it if I have to go against the best interests of the political agenda of the African American community. And I don't want to have to explain it to y'all. Over the last 60 years, it has been Democrats and Democratic administrations that even consider or talk about or go to different cities and talk about a political agenda that can help black people and people of color and minorities and marginalized people. It is the other political party that wants to take away every single bit of progress that we have gained. And here's another misnomer that people may have about America, especially as we were coming off the heels of the King holiday. We think that we deserve and we earned and we fought for everything we have as black people. Not really. Not really. Everything that we have, if there's an opportunity that exists now that, say, my parents and my grandparents didn't have, an opportunity that we have gained and have taken advantage of, full advantage of, like getting an education and a whole bunch of other things, we didn't earn that. White folks gave it to us. Now, and I'm saying that because they also can take it away. Affirmative action is unconstitutional. DEI is a thing of the past. The Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, which has been the federal agency that has looked out for the civil rights of vulnerable people in this country, namely black folks, has been gutted and reassigned to Customs and Immigration Enforcement. I just need you to think about that. We think we earned it. You think the white people say, oh, well, they're marching, they deserve these rights. Some did, but most of them are like, just shut them up. Just sign the executive order. Just hire a few of them. Yes, let them vote. Jesus Christ, they're making so much damn noise. That's not earning anything. They just permitted. And I want folks to have that understanding because we believe we have this sense of self-righteousness, like, oh, we earned all of our rights. If we earned them all, then they would be permanently fixed, and they are not. What was given to us has, in this administration, as we commemorate 1 year of Donald Trump's second term in office, what was given has been taken away. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of